Many people know of a person who has been raped. I know a young woman who was raped in my own home. It was a bright March day, and my friend was sitting outside smoking a cigarette when a man from an apartment building next to mine came out to talk to her. She was very kind to this man, and they even had a good conversation. As my friend began to walk into the apartment to grab her phone to put his telephone number in it, he followed her into the apartment and locked the door behind them. He told her not to be afraid, just take down her pants. I remember getting the phone call from our youth pastor's wife at the time saying I need to come home, and she would fill me in when I got there. By the time I got to the apartment, it was filled with detectives, and they were scouring my apartment with black lights, trying to find any evidence that was left behind. When I saw my friend, she just told me what had happened, and I remember that I was just holding her and crying with her. The detectives asked her what seemed to be like a million questions, and then they asked her if she would like to go to the hospital. When arriving at the hospital, my friend was already in a room, so I went back to be with her. The nurse, the police officer, and the rape advocate was in the room with her already, and they asked her about what had occurred. Then the nurse administered the rape kit, which is designed to test for STDs, bruisings, and infections in pregnancy. They also offered her the morning after pill to help prevent an unwanted pregnancy. Then the advocate was able to talk with her about further help that she could get through different agencies. Today has been over 4 years since the rape has occurred. This definitely has been a hard and long recovery process for her. Still to this day, there is not complete healing in her life. She has had a hard time trusting men and even looking at them. Even though so many of us know someone who has been raped, there is much more that we do not know about what rape is and what it entails. According to the medical dictionary on dictionary.com, the word rape is defined as an unlawful sexual activity and is usually sexual intercourse that is carried out forcibly or under threat or of injury against a person's will. Rape is usually committed against a female or with a person who is beneath a certain age or incapable of valid consent. And in Wikipedia, it states that rape is a type of sexual assault usually involving sexual intercourse, which is initiated by one or more persons against another person without that person's consent. Rape is a type of sexual assault which is defined as an assault of sexual nature on another person or any sexual act committed without consent. Now that you know what the word rape and sexual assault mean, how do you feel knowing that every 45 seconds in the United States somebody is sexually assaulted? The Crisis.com connection shares these awful and gut-wrenching statistics to let people know how common sexual assault is and how you can improve your knowledge so that you know what to do if a situation occurs. Nearly 6 out of 10 sexual assaults occur at the victim's home or the home of a friend, relative, or neighbor. As a matter of fact, 74% of sexual assaults are perpetrated by assailants well known to their victim. Out of 74%, 28% of the victims of rape victims are raped by their husbands, and 17% are by a relative other than a spouse. It is also a fact that rape happens more in the United States than any other country that has provided data. The United States has the world's highest rape rate of all countries that publish such data, and 13 times higher than England, and more than 20 times higher than Japan. According to Yarrow Place, a rape and sexual assault information service, one of the reasons sexual assault occurs within the home is because the husband has already had intimate relations with his wife, and he feels it is okay to force her to have those types of relations again. They also feel the wife is their property, and in many cases feel that she should be willing to do whatever he wants. Another reason that sexual assaults occur is because the assailant wants to have the power and control over his or her victim, and to be able to get what he or she wants. This gives a person a rush, and which gives them more excitement during the assault. There is also a huge issue with not reporting rapes, according to RAINN.org. About 60% of sexual assaults are not reported, and 15 out of 16 rapists will never spend a day in jail for their actions. So please report your assault. You can do so by calling your local police station. Some people think that just by going to a hospital, they will have filed the police report. This is not true. You must actually call the police station or go into the station to report a case of assault. There is a rape crisis center located at the Red Cross in downtown Canton that I am a part of, and that will help you for your from the time you arrive at the hospital and in the months and years to following the rape. The purpose of the Rape Crisis Center is to help lead and guide rape victims to help them in what they need. They have advocates who will meet the patient in the hospital to provide clothing, toiletries, and information on where to go for help. One of the places we suggest the victim to go to help for is the health department to get a follow-up STD testing done. The Red Cross will also provide counseling for the victim if they would be willing to go. The few things to remember if you ever are in the position or have been sexually assaulted are that it's not your fault. You did not provoke the attack. You didn't ask to be raped, nor did you deserve to be assaulted. If you have ever been assaulted, please go and tell someone what has happened so that you can stop the act of rape or sexual assault.